Hey, what is up, guys? Welcome to episode 48 of the weekly podcast for the week starting 13th of January 2020. I still can't get it off my head, man. It's 2020. Holy shit, man. Hey, how you doing? How you doing, guys? Hope you're having a great time in the new year, in the 2020s, man. I'm just, chilling, looking for a job, I guess. Oh man, it ain't fun. It ain't fun looking for a job. It's stressful. The job hunting business, this is where I am right now. So something got in my throat out of nowhere just by starting this. Something got in my throat. Let me get a sip of my coffee real quick. Oh yeah, but hey, how you doing? As you can probably see, I want to talk about stuff this episode. Okay, so stuff, I guess personal stuff, but more I want to give out information. And as you can probably see in the title, is what I wanted to say in the first place. Is that I'm gonna be talking about creatine, about my experience with creatine. Now, this is my first time doing like a create. I don't know. You don't really do creatine phases, do you? You don't need to load it. You don't need to do anything. You could load it if you want to. A creatine loading phase. I didn't do it, but I took creatine for like 5 months, around 5 months, maybe even a little bit more than 5 months. No, 5 months and a week or two, something of the sort. And yeah, man, I'm stopping. I'm stopping to take it and whatever. And I kind of wanna give you. I guess this podcast is gonna be an anecdotal sort of experience, my personal experience with creatine, and why did I stop it. I'm gonna speak about that as well. And then first of all, I don't look. It's kind of a little bit of a taboo in the fitness industry speaking about creatine, mostly because I do agree it is the best natural supplement that you can take. The best supplement that is not a fucking steroid, or there is not like something that enhances your performance at an unrealistic state or rate or whatever. Because the good thing about creatine is, after you stop it, you regain your strength. You don't lose your strength. It's not like your body is trying to kill itself so that you can have more muscle or anything of the sort, like with steroids and with other drugs. It's not like that. It is just enhancement. It enhances your workouts, and it's great. Like, this is the thing. I'm not here to shit on creatine. I'm not here to say, oh, it's the worst supplement ever, or this and that, but I've had a hard time, looking for some information, especially when I was like, should I stop taking creatine? Now, look, I guess the only scenarios that I can see that you would want to stop creatine is if you have, I guess, some kind of a kidney problem, but that is with all supplements. If you have a kidney problem, just don't take supplements, or at least ask your doctor first before starting to supplement. But if you have like a kidney problem, or a liver problem, or anything like that, because usually when you take powdered stuff, those organs get a little bit more load on them. Also, they're like cars and alarms and all of that crazy fucking shit outside. So yeah, I'm sorry if it bothers you too much. There is literally nothing I can do about it. But yeah, back to creatine. So yeah, either you have some health issues and you can't use them, or you're like me and you are actually predisposed to male pattern baldness or whatever. Now, this is a little bit of a controversial thing, because everywhere I've searched for, it's like, well, there's no evidence that creatine makes you lose your hair. There's no evidence that, creatine is the reason that you're balding. It's probably just your age, or it's probably just like this and that, and this is something that pisses me off, because people usually jump on the hype train of creatine, and they're like, no, this creatine is the best thing ever. You can't speak bad about it. You just can't speak bad about it, which is stupid, man. I mean, and look, it's not everyone. There are like some sensible people that are like, well, look, everyone's body is different, so everyone has like different reactions to different stuff, and this is how I want to look at it. This is how this discussion that I'm gonna have, I guess this monologue that I'm gonna have with myself on the podcast right now, this is what I want to do. But yeah, also let me know comments down below and stuff. But yeah, when I started losing my hair, I don't want to say it like that, because I didn't really lose a lot of hair. Now, usually when people say, oh, I started losing my hair, it means that there's like a giant, a big difference in like their scalp and stuff. That wasn't the case with me, but I did so on my progress pictures that I usually take. You can start to see, if you compare them side to side, you can start seeing that my temples are showing a little bit more than usual, and my hairline was overall in a worse state, let's say it like that. Like my hairline was starting to go, if you compare like the pictures before I started taking creatine and after I started taking creatine. Now, when it comes to like evidence and based on that, there really aren't that many studies that do say, oh, well, creatine will make you lose your hair. There is zero studies that actually say that that's a concrete thing. Now, the study that most people point when it's like, oh, well, creatine is gonna make you lose your hair, is a study in rugby players where none of them lost their hair. Okay, it was just conducted that their DHT levels went up, but the study wasn't long enough to actually make any serious have results about that, to conduct the results of that, and it wasn't long enough. But there have been, and it's usually this is the study where people are gonna point out, and the people that say, oh, this shows that creatine makes you lose your hairline, and then there are other people that say, well, if you actually read carefully, the study doesn't say that at all. And there are really studies where they say, yes, if you take creatine, you for 100% start losing your hair if you're predisposed to male pattern baldness. But it is proven that DHT causes that. We don't know why exactly it causes that. Apparently it closes up some pores in your head when you have too much DHT in your system. But yeah, but also we have not just that study with the rugby players, but we have a few others that have documented this thing of higher DHT levels, and we know that creatine does raises your DHT levels. No matter what, they're gonna be raised. And we do know, as I said, DHT is the cause of hair loss. Now, me personally, when I was looking for information, there were just Reddit threads of people being angry at each other. Some people are saying, yeah, when I started using creatine, my hairline, after even 2 months or 3 months, it went all out or whatever. Now, I don't know if the person was just over exaggerating or it really did happen. Maybe he did like a loading phase or something, because as I said, I just started taking it. I never did a loading phase, so I guess like about the first month in that 5-month period that I was taking it, I was still saturating my muscles, so there weren't really any big effects of the creatine in like that first month. But then I had like 4 months of that effect. And I mean, look, it's great if you have never taken creatine. You it just it's like you have more stamina to do stuff, to work out. Your muscles are more saturated with water, with ATP, which is, the energy, like, sales thing. Look, I'm not a scientist. I'm not like, if you want a real explanation, because I did read a lot of stuff before taking creatine, and I did know, all I'm trying to say is this: there's some great stuff that you can go on the internet and read, that the internet can explain better than I can. But when I was starting, this was my concern: am I gonna start losing my hair? Because a lot of people think that, the baldness, the male pattern baldness syndrome, whatever you want to call it, is from the mother, but it's not. If you have either your mother's side of the family, or your father's side of the family, if there is like prominent people being bald, then you're predisposed to it. You're predisposed to being bald yourself. And this is my case. Like, from my mother's side of the family, nobody's bald. All of the men have hair, no matter how old they are. And on the other side of the family, my dad's, my dad is bald. He's been bald for, like, since ever I was, I guess, of the age to realize that he's bald. So I've always remembered him being bald. His brother is bald. All of my uncles, they're from his side of the family, are bald. So I am predisposed to being bald, and I don't want that. This is the thing that, call me shallow, or call me, I don't know, insecure. Sure, it's an insecurity of mine. Like, I know that I'm gonna end up being bald probably later down the line. But I don't know. For right now, I would love to have hair on my head. Okay, I would love it to not be like some weird, just greasy, just, I don't know, just weird patch of hair on my head, and that would look weird. Because at that point, I'll probably just start shaving my head full on, and then maybe, hey, look, maybe I would, you know, maybe I would start just taking creatine again, just because the benefits were pretty good of it. Maybe down the line, if me and my girlfriend decide to, get married and stuff, and just settle down, then I'm not gonna really care that much, I guess, if I do have hair or not, because I'll be out of the game. I'll be out of the game. So I'm gonna, maybe when I start working out, I'm gonna start taking creatine, because having creatine, just taking creatine, there are like a bunch of benefits, not just for your workouts, but for your brain, overall brain sleep stuff. It's just better, than not taking it, I guess. I don't know. I mean, it's a good supplement. And it's a supplement that you can take, and even though your body's gonna stop producing it, if you take it for too long, it can be like it. As long as you stop it and you start running out of it, like, your body is gonna be like, well, I need to create creatine again, and it's gonna start doing it. It's not, there is no way it's gonna stop producing it, and then you can't get it back, and you have to use creatine supplements for the rest of your life, sort of thing. Yeah. Where was I, man? I went on a giant tangent here. But yeah, I've had a good source of creatine. Some people are saying, oh, you probably have some shit laying around. Like, no. Like, this is the thing. There are so many different types of creatine, but the only real creatine that has a lot of, has been studied enough, and we know that it works, and we know that it's all right for you health wise, is the monohydrate. Now, if you see something And usually the other stuff like creatine pure powder, not creatine pure powder, but the creatine infused powder with some other bullshit and stuff. This is all just marketing thing, and you can clearly see that this thing that they're marketing to you as even better creatine costs like twice as much as just a normal monohydrate, and there is like no science behind it. There is like no actual studies that have been made to show that yeah, actually this has no risks and it's actually better than creatine. There is nobody can say that for sure. You know, and there's like a lot of different ones. So yeah, I don't know, if you're looking to buy a creatine powder, I would strongly recommend Optimum Nutrition, the monohydrate, because they do have like some other weird ones as well that have like some vitamins in it and weird stuff, and glutamine I think, and whatever. You don't need that. Like just the monohydrate is good enough. I mean, it's probably the best thing you can buy money wise in any way, and it's gonna work just as good as whatever else they're trying to sell you. But yeah, so I was when I started seeing like my hairline is not the same anymore. I started going to look for stuff. No, as I said, there were like a lot of like Reddit posts where people were just arguing. Like people were actually saying yeah, a lot of people did went out to say yeah, I started losing my hair, but I'm gonna still continue taking creatine because it's like the best thing ever, and whatever. And look, just more power to you if you don't really care about your hair that much. Sure, if you're gonna be going bald. A lot of people are saying, oh well, actually, when you stop taking creatine, your hair grows back. Now, I'm not. I haven't taken creatine for like almost 2 months now, but apparently that's the case when you have done it for like 6 months or over. Apparently, your hair starts to grow back. I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna give it like at least 6 months of a break. So yeah, I cannot really comment on that, but um, when I was on creatine and I noticed that like especially like the last month, my hair was just super brittle. It wasn't like a healthy hair really. It was kind of like just a patch of hair. While right now I have like I don't know. Right now it feels like a healthy hair. You know what I have on my head. It feels smooth. It feels good to the touch. While before it was like this I don't know, super dried out, like sand. It felt like when I was running my hand through my hair, it felt like sand. Whilst right now it feels like you're running through like a normal hair. You know, I mean, I don't know how can I explain it without me giving you to touch my head, but then I would have to let you have touched my head when I was taking creatine, and then right now when I'm off of creatine. So it's like a weird one, you know. But yeah, man. I don't know. I do believe that it was the creatine that did it, because it was a weird one. It must be like some crazy coincidence to experience like me getting bald. I mean, not getting bald, but me losing some of my hair exactly when I was like in that time period when I was taking creatine, and then when in my hair being bad, you know, getting all dried up and stuff, and then you know, a few weeks after stopping the creatine, I guess I'm depleting the saturation and whatever, and my hair started to be normal-ish, I guess. So I don't know. I feel like that's gonna be a pretty big coincidence to be said. Like, oh, there was something in your lifestyle, or it was just time to lose a little bit of hair, because it's usually men that are predisposed to the male pattern baldness. Uh, they usually start losing their hair at my age. They start to lose a little bit of hair at least at my age. Um, so yeah, that's the thing. But I'd say it is kind of a big um, kind of a big like coincidence that this was the exact time frame that it happened, because I haven't really changed my shower gel and my shampoo and everything of the sort. I haven't really done anything different to my hair when when I was on creatine, so it can't be that. Everything was the same. My diet, my whatever. It was just the new thing that I was putting in my body was creatine. And yeah, I've stopped it now. I've stopped it for about 2 months now. And this is like some side effects. A lot of people don't really talk about, oh well, I stopped creatine and this is what happened, which was kind of the thing what I was looking for when I was like, should I go off creatine? Because you're afraid, man. You read stuff like, oh well, I'm gonna lose a lot of muscle, muscle fullness, because my muscles are not gonna be filled with water anymore, so they're not gonna be that big. And a lot of websites say that you're gonna lose about like 8 to 10 pounds of water weight, which is like 5 kilograms essentially, which is a lot. That's a lot of water weight. That's a lot of weight to lose, and all of that has to come out of your muscles. So your muscles are not gonna be as big, are not gonna be as full looking. So yeah, I was afraid of that. But actually, something that a side effect that actually kind of worked out for me, at least. Now it might work a little bit different for you, but for me, I actually started seeing more of my veins. I guess my muscles were not just so filled up with water that were blocking out the vein definition or whatever you want to call it. But yeah, I can see more veins on my biceps, for example, on my hands, just on places where I could still see them, but they weren't like, I don't know, they were like, they were there, and you can see that I do have a vein popping out there, but they popped a little bit more. Let's say it like that. They popped a little bit more, and they showed a little bit more. And I actually had my non-existent abs started showing a little bit more as well, since I lost a little bit of water weight. But I didn't even lose that much. Like, that was the thing. I lost about maybe 2 kilograms of my total body weight after I stopped. After I stopped it. And usually I know that I don't have any creatine in my system, at least any of the reserved creatine, from supplementing with it, from the fact that usually, depending again on your body, but usually up until like 6 weeks is when you're gonna still have reserves, and then after that your body's gonna have a little bit of a hard time adjusting and stuff, just because it has to start creating creatine again on its own. It has to realize that you don't really have any reserves of creatine. And yeah, so when that happens, this is maybe like the bad part of stopping creatine, because when that happens, when you deplete your reserves of creatine that you've been building up whilst taking the supplement, your first of all, your sleep is gonna be fucked. Like, you're not gonna sleep well. So you might remember on this podcast, if you have listened to it, a few weeks ago, I was complaining about, oh man, I can't sleep. I have like a dream, I wake up, and then I go back to sleep, I have another dream, I wake up, and this thing happened like 4 or 5 times a night. Sometimes maybe even more. I've never counted them. I just know they're like more than a few times that this happens. Like, I, as a person, I don't really had a problem going back to sleep after I've woken up, but I do know that there are people that if they wake up, they have a horrible time trying to go back to sleep. They just can't do it, or it's just hard for them. So if you're one of those people, that might be an issue, at least for like a week or two. after you've started to deplete your creatine intake. What am I fucking saying, man? Your reserves of creatine in your body. That's it though. Yeah, after me having a horrible sleep all night, you can probably guess it. I just woke up and I was like ready to go back to sleep. I was like, I can't wait for tonight when I actually go back to sleep. I felt horrible, and then I started getting used to it. Then I started getting used to the fact that, oh, okay, well, I'm waking up a lot, and I guess that's how it is. And back at the time, I couldn't really put my finger on it. Like, what is wrong now? What is wrong? Because I haven't been taking creatine for like kind of a long time now that I didn't even remember I took it. I was like, well, what changed? Well, am I eating weird stuff? And this is why I have like just these crazy dreams. But no, it was the creatine. I just remembered that I took it and that I had it, and then after that phase, you're gonna start having you're gonna have a few bad workouts, let's say like that. You're gonna have some workouts that you're gonna feel like, man, this is so crappy. I should just start taking creatine again. My workouts are really, really bad. But yeah, if you push through that, I had those workouts and they were not fun at all. I felt like I didn't give it my all. I felt like I was just tired and I just didn't. I wanted to train because I knew I wanted to train, but I just didn't have it in me. I was just tired. I was just like, I was just either even not in the mood. Even though I wanted to push myself, I wanted to train. I did went and did some workouts, but they were horrible. They were like one of those workouts where you go back into the locker room and you're like, did I even worked out today? That was pathetic. Whatever I did there, it was But yeah, you're gonna have a few of those workouts, and you just gotta push through them. It's the only thing that you can do. Push through them, and you're gonna start feeling better. You're gonna start having better workouts. Right now, yesterday and the day before that, I did chest, and it was a great. It was like a great workout. I was super pumped. I still have a little. My chest is a little bit sore, still. And then yesterday I did arms, and I crushed it. I did an amazing arm workout. I sort of changed my routine a little bit, and now my arms are pretty tired. after that, I mean, it was great. You have to though be ready to have some really bad workouts, and after that, it should be fine. It shouldn't really go to normal, because when creatine is a thing that, yes, you do build power, you do build muscle mass with it, and when you stop taking it, a lot of people think, oh well, you're gonna have like like 10 less pounds on your lifts after you stop taking creatine and this and that. Like, no, that's not true. That's not true. You can do the same amount of pounds, same amount of weights. It will be harder to do it for as much reps as you usually do it. This is what they say. But if you push through it, you should be still able to do it for as much reps as you were doing with creatine. But it's just gonna be a lot harder, because your muscles are gonna get tired quicker than usual, than when you were on creatine, sort of thing. But yeah, I feel like that is all I had to say about this whole creatine thing. Like, I know it was a little bit of a ramble. I know maybe it wasn't as fun as my usual stuff that I just, I don't know, talk about some random shit. But yeah, I kind of wanted to put it out there. This is my experience with taking creatine and being off of creatine for like 2 months now. And this is something that I kind of looked from people that were like, oh well, when I was trying to like find out if I should stop taking creatine and what am I gonna experience, or thing. Like, nobody really said that, there wasn't. I mean, I guess just because nobody really cares about what other people has experienced that much. Because in the fitness industry, if it's not backed by science, or it's not like some popular guy selling you some shit that this guy is buff and big and he probably knows his shit, so he's probably right. It's either that or the science thing, and if it's not backed up by science, it's anecdotal. And oh well, you experienced this, but you don't know if you actually experienced it or it was just a placebo effect sort of thing. It's always like that kind of in the fitness industry, which to a degree is fine. To a degree is, yeah, you should believe like science-based facts and not just some dude that is telling you, oh well, this is what happened and whatever. But yeah, man, yeah, I mean, this is it. But yeah, something a little bit more fun. Something, let me just Google it real quick so I don't mismatch. But the UFC 247, Mcgregor versus Cerrone. Dude, that fight card. No, what am I fucking saying? 246, dude. My notes are wrong. 246. Can I have the full fight card here? Yeah, there we go. Okay, that looks weird. Yeah, there we go. We got it open. Now I know Anthony Perez is gonna open up the main card. Anthony Perez is gonna be versus Carlos Diego Ferreira, which is Perez needs to bounce back. Perez needs to bounce back from that match with Nate Diaz. Yeah, man, he just needs to bounce back. Like, he did kind of an awful job against Nate. So yeah, we're gonna see what's gonna happen here on this one. Can I have like a normal sized window, please? Jeez, that was weird. But yeah, he's going back to lightweight. He's not a welterweight again. He himself, he said, "Oh, I'm not done with welterweight." When he went up to, I'm not done with lightweight when he went up a weight class. But yeah, we'll see what he's gonna do. I'm gonna be rooting for him. I do love his style of fighting. He's like a weird guy to fight against. So that is something I'm excited for. Then the next match, Claudia Gadewa versus Alexa Grasso. I kind of couldn't tell you. If I was betting money, it would be just spinning the chamber on this one. I mean, maybe Claudia is gonna have it because she has a little bit more of an experience, but I don't know. The next match I'm kind of interested. It's Alexei Oleinik versus Marcy Greeny, and I'm kind of rooting for Greeny here. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. He's like he's a beast, but Oleinik has so many just more. I mean, Alexei Oleinik, how old is he? By the way, he's 42. Man, he has so many professional fights. So many professional fights, man. 57 wins, 13 losses, and 1 no contest. That is, oof. I mean, he's 42. He's 40, so maybe we'll be seeing him hang up the gloves. I don't know if it's gonna be on this match. Maybe he might get another one after that, but I don't know. Then we have Holly Holm versus Pennington. I kind of don't see Pennington taking this one. I just don't. Holm is gonna probably walk straight through her, and that's gonna be it. That's gonna be that. And then we have the main event of the evening, man. This, like, just the reason why this pay-per-view is gonna sell as much pay-per-views is just like the main event, and I can guarantee you that a lot of people won't even watch the other fights, and they're gonna just wait for the McGregor fight, which is kind of stupid because you've paid for it. Just watch it. You'll probably enjoy it. There'll probably be good fights. Probably are gonna be good fights, man. These are professionals, and they're good like good fighters. Like it's not like it's a bad fight card. It's just there isn't hype behind most of the fighters, which I don't know, man, which is a little bit weird. But I'm thinking of getting up early in the morning and actually watching it live. Because yeah, it's Sunday, January 19th, 5 a.m. for me. So yeah, that's gonna be a thing. Anyway, yeah, Donald Cerrone versus McGregor. Now I am a McGregor fan, as people who have listened to the podcast know. I do support McGregor as a fighter. His personal life, he has done some questionable stuff, which I don't really condone or can go back, can get back behind. But yeah, I am a McGregor fan. I love his style of fighting. I want to see him fight. Donald Cerrone, a lot of people were looking down at Cerrone. They were like, oh, well, McGregor chose an easy opponent. And then the stuff with Gaethje happened, and how Gaethje is not gonna get a title shot, or he might get a title shot, but after McGregor gets title shot. So, the winner of Khabib and Tony is gonna be fighting McGregor, so to speak. Apparently, it's confirmed. Dana White said it, and all that stuff. I don't know, but if he loses this fight, if he loses against Cerrone, I don't know if that's still gonna be the plan going forward. To be honest, because you can't have a guy that has two losses in the last like 3 years fight for a belt. Really, you can't do that. And yeah, man. I mean, apparently McGregor, after planning to defeat Cerrone, he wants to fight with Usman. He wants to fight with a lot of people. Actually, he has a lot of people that he wants to fight, and he's trying to get it with beefing them, with them. And I mean, I don't know. We need to see this match, because Cerrone is not someone who you should sneer at. Like, yes, Gaethje knocked him out in like one round. For like a few minutes, he managed to knock him out. But Cerrone is still a tough player, man. A really tough fighter, And that's like his. In recent years, that I mean, I don't want to really say recent years, but like this is his only recent was, isn't it? 2019. Justin Gaethje beat him. Oh yeah, then Tony Ferguson beat him. Yes, okay, so he has about he is on a two loss streak, I guess. But yeah, man. I mean, Tony Ferguson, he's been fighting just like Al Quinta. He won that fight, and then yes, he has two losses. So yeah, this is why people are kind of looking down at him. But he in 2018 he defeated Mike Perry, which is a good one. But then he had a loss from Leon Edwards, and then he has one more win in 2017. Then Darren Till managed to beat him, and Robbie Lawler. I mean, yes, Cerrone is not the bad motherfucker that he was once. But he's still a good fighter. He's still a good fighter. I don't see why people are looking down at him, especially a guy who has been fighting for like the last 3 years is gonna fight someone who hasn't fought in like 2 years. And you still say, well, that guy that has never been out of the game has less chances of defeating someone who hasn't professionally at least fought for like 2 years. That is just a little bit kind of ridiculous to me. And he has been fighting tough guys. He has been fighting Gaethje. He has been fighting Tony Ferguson. He has been fighting just top of the line guys. It's not like he has been in the lower divisions, not the lower division, but It's not like he has been fighting people that are not even on the rankings of the weight class, you know. And yeah, I think welterweight for both of them is gonna be just an easier weight that they can both pull off and stuff. For the most part, it's gonna be a good fight. I can't wait to watch it. Actually, I kind of like I've been talking for 40 minutes now, so the mood is kind of down and stuff, and my voice starting to go away. But yeah, man, look, it's gonna be a great fight. I just wanna watch it. Hopefully nothing goes wrong. Hopefully we can actually see McGregor in the octagon. I'm gonna be rooting for him. I hope he wins it, and let's just hope we get to see more of Conor in the octagon, because he's an entertaining fighter, man. Like, yes, he does do entertaining press conferences, but when he steps in the octagon as well, he's also entertaining. Let's just hope that all that money didn't go to his head, and he still wants this. Let's just hope that he still wants this, and he's not just doing it so that he can promote his whiskey and all of his other brands and stuff, like the clothing line. I don't know what even happened with the wine. Champ wine. I mean, we didn't really champ rose. Do they sell that anywhere? McGregor won just champ rose, but then that is it. Sipwhiskey.com. Is there like a price tag or something? Oh, there are like reviews. Is there? Review. Champ. Let's write it. Rosé. Champ rosé. Okay. He might be actually no, he's not selling it. It's sold out apparently. Did he do like a meet Conor McGregor champagne champ rosé is crafted with the finest Irish grape, yeah, grown in nation in majestic terror. Champ rosé is Conor's gift to you. Sure, but did he just do like a limited thing and it sold out? Because I didn't, after he did it, 1st of April, sort of, he did that campaign with it, and then it seems to be gone. They don't sell it anymore, because I don't even see him promoting it. Either on Twitter or anywhere, I don't see him. It's just the whiskey when he's promoting an alcoholic thing. Yeah, man. Look, I don't know. I'm just kind of excited. I'm kind of excited. This Sunday for me, Saturday for Americans, and maybe other people who are close time to America, are gonna have a good time. We're all gonna have a pretty good time. If you are a fighting fan, you're probably gonna watch this. Let's face it. And yeah, man, it's gonna be in Las Vegas, so I don't know if it matters. Oh no, wait, is it in New York actually? Because I heard no, it's in Vegas. What I did hear is the Tony Ferguson and Khabib is gonna be in Vegas, and a lot of people are like, oh, well, there might be a stoppage because it's gonna be the same referee, probably refereeing and stuff. Which, I mean, come on now. But yeah, I don't know. It's gonna be the same referee that was in charge of Masvidal and Nate Diaz. The guy that actually stopped the fight. Everyone was like, oh, well, how can you stop that fight? Nate was gonna win it and whatever, but I don't think so. Nate was in a pretty bad shape, man. He can say whatever he wants, but he was in a pretty bad shape, and I kind of didn't see him winning that match at all. He didn't really have much chance of winning it. Because I mean, he needed to knock out Masvidal, because Masvidal already had 3 rounds, and even if Nate was dominating him for like the next 2 rounds, it's still 3-2. So it wasn't gonna happen. But yeah, I hope you have a great one, guys. I hope you have a productive week. And also I hope you have a great UFC. Hope you have fun. Hope you have a good time watching this. Hope it is a good match. Hope that it's not something really stupid. I really hope that it's not something really stupid. I'm hoping to have another surprise motherfucker. The king is back. One of those moments. That would be cool if we do. If we don't, I mean, still be cool, man. Cerrone's a good guy. He needs some hype behind him, and if he defeats Mcgregor, he's gonna get some hype behind him. But yeah, other than that, I can't wait to watch it. I'm gonna see you, and we're gonna talk about it next week probably. But yeah, hope you enjoyed this podcast. As always, Twitter's in the description. Video. Oh yeah, something before I go out. Yeah, the podcast is not gonna be on SoundCloud because I can't upload it to SoundCloud. I don't know why. But yeah, if you don't like YouTube, or if you're not on YouTube much, BitChute is where I also upload the podcast. This year is gonna be over there as well. Yeah, so I don't know. If you're in BitChute, hey, hello. If you're looking for more podcasts, I know there's gonna be about 2 episodes right now. You can go to my YouTube page. It's called The Weekly Podcast. Or you can just, go to Twitter, follow me over there. You're gonna find some of my tweets where I'm gonna tweet out both like the BitChute and then the YouTube thing. So if you wanna listen to more of that stuff, I have about a year full of catalog on YouTube. So if you wanna just go listen to it over there. But yeah, I'm gonna continue uploading it on both websites. See which one makes me more successful, gets me more views. BitChute was the website that got me more views last time. So BitChute is winning for right now, at least. It's so stupid. But yeah, hey, we might talk about the state of YouTube next week. There's been a lot of like bad stuff happening as well over there. But as of for now, thank you so much for watching and listening, sitting through this. I hope you enjoyed. Follow me on Twitter, like, dislike, all of that good stuff. Also comment, I guess. Go comment, leave me a comment what you think about who's gonna win, Cerrone or Mcgregor. What is your experience with creatine, I guess, as well. Just leave it in the comments below. And yeah, once again, hope you enjoy. I'm gonna see you all next week.